What is up, everybody? What is going on? I'm back here with my Week 15 NFL picks against the spread. Been doing it the last 2 weeks. I pick every NFL game against the spread. Just give you my quick thought. I'll tell you whether I like the pick, don't like the pick, and just giving you my thought on every single game. I try to be as unbiased and honest as I possibly can. I think in week 13 I was 7-7. I haven't even gone over my week 14 results. Honestly, I'm going to do it right now. That's how I start the video, and then I'll give you my picks for week 15. Hopefully I remember every game I picked. That's great if I can't remember it, but if you do want to watch it, go back and watch that other video as well. So let's get into week 14. Thursday night, the Rams beat the Raiders 17-16. I took the Raiders minus 6.5. That's a miss. I did mention I did see some ways the Rams could keep it close, but it's a miss, 0-1. The Jets lose to the Bills 20-12. I did take the Jets plus the 9.5. I thought the Jets were a little disrespected that spread. Now, it ended up being kind of close to it. Vegas knows what they're doing, right? But I do win that one to go to 1-1. I think the Browns were plus 6 at the Bengals. I did take the Browns plus the 6. Thought it was going to be a little bit of a donut game, trap game for the Bengals. Thought they'd win, but thought it'd be close. I missed that one. Deshaun Watson has looked terrible so far to start the season. But he's also missed 2 years of football. So, we'll see. But I missed that one, 1-2. I did take Houston plus 16.5 against Dallas. Hit on that one as they almost beat the Cowboys. My thought with that game wasn't that I really thought anything of Houston. It was more Dallas is coming off a huge win against... Who did Dallas beat the week before? That big Sunday night win over the Colts. And now they've got a Texan team coming in. They're not going to show a whole lot. They're going to play it very close to the vest and just kind of get through this one, which I think what they probably tried to do. And then Houston went ahead and almost won the game. But I do get that one, so that improves me to 2-2. Lions beat the Vikings 34-23. I did take Minnesota plus 2.5. Certainly understood why Detroit was favored. I just thought I was getting maybe the slightly better team at plus 2.5. I took it. The Lions have beat my butt twice now. I took Jacksonville money line against them, and they get me here, so that dropped me to 2-3. Speaking of Jacksonville, they knock off Tennessee, which is one of the games I told you guys to take. I think was Tennessee minus 4 against Jacksonville. So, I mean, shows how much maybe I really know. That puts me at 2-4 as Jacksonville blows out Tennessee 36-22. Now I drop to 2-5 as the Eagles blow out the Giants 48-22. Just a massacre from the start. And on this one, I thought the Giants might keep it close, division game. I do like Brian Dable and Mike Kafka. I know they don't have a ton of talent on there, but I really thought they'd fight in that game and show a little something there. Just obliterated there. So that puts me out, let's see, 0-1, 1-1, 1-2, 2-2, 2-3, 2-4, 2-5. Baltimore beats the Steelers 16-14. I don't remember, was Pittsburgh minus 2.5? And I took Baltimore plus 2.5, or was it Baltimore minus 2.5? And I took I took Baltimore. I don't remember if I took them plus 2.5 or minus 2.5. Again, shows how much I really remember. But I honestly don't. If I can go back and check the other video. I did take Baltimore. They win by 2. If they're plus 2.5, I hit on that one. If they're minus 2.5, that's kind of a rough beat. I lost by half a point. Another miss for me. I said just take the Chiefs minus, I think, 9.5 at Denver. They get up big. Denver battles. Russell Wilson leaves with a concussion. The Chiefs hold on 34-28. I did get my third or fourth win, depending what you think about Baltimore, as the Niners beat the Bucks 35-7. I think the Niners were minus 3, and I did say to take them until the Niners kind of prove they can't do it with Brock Purdy. Going to keep rolling with them. Panthers beat the Seahawks 30-24. I did say to take Seattle minus 3.5 was actually one of the ones I liked. Maybe my bias getting in the way. You be the judge. I'll be honest, one thing I never do is I normally, unless it really jumps out to me, don't bet Seahawk games. I'm a Seahawks fan if you watch my previous videos. So just a note for that. Take everything I say with them, maybe with a grain of salt. I don't think I'm biased. I try to be objective. But I think what it is I know the Seahawks the most. So I have the most information on them. So the more you dive into a team, the more you sort of maybe gravitate to them too a little bit. Besides just being a fan. But obviously I didn't hit that one. I think I did take the Chargers -3 or +3 against Miami. Either way, they hit. I thought the Chargers season were on the line. They had to win, and they did. And then I said the Cardinals money line against New England. I think it was money line against New England, or -1 or +1, whatever it was. They didn't cover. New England blew them out. Didn't expect to lose Kyler Murray in that game, but I don't think it would have been all that different had Kyler Murray stayed in. So I was like 4-10 or 5-8 or something like that. You can add it up, but not a very good week for me. So we'll see. You know, like I said, I try to do my best. It's gambling for a reason. You know, Vegas is, when in doubt, over the course of time, Vegas is normally going to beat you. It just is what it is. And a lot of times, the best way to bet games are teasers, some parlays, stuff like that, where you can buy some points. Not always the best bet just to go straight with the spread. I'm just giving you my picks and what I think. So let's get into Week 15. Let's start Thursday night. This is from ESPN.com, these spreads. So if you're wondering where I got these, I'm literally just on ESPN.com looking at the box scores. Excuse me, and that's where I'm getting these spreads from. Thursday night, we've got the Niners at the Seahawks, Niners -3. I did say I'm not going to go against the Niners until they prove me wrong with Brock Purdy. Maybe my bias is creeping in here. It might be. I made a video yesterday why I think Seattle does have a shot in this game. At 3.5, I kind of don't. At 3, I don't really love it. At 3.5, I did. I'm going to take Seattle plus the 3. I think it's a huge game. I think Seattle has to get it. Pete Carroll's teams perform really well in prime time. They perform great when their backs are against the wall and you don't think they're going to win. First road start for Brock Purdy, assuming he does start and it's not Josh Johnson in there. I think Purdy does start. Kenneth Walker is going to play for Seattle. I'm going to take Seattle plus the 3 and see what happens there. I could see a push. I could see it being a close game. And we're going to roll with the home team here, a team that has to kind of win to keep their season alive. So let's do it. Let's roll Seattle plus 3. Don't bet it. Do not bet that one because of what I said. That's probably a little my bias creeping in. So, but I do see some reasons. I do have kind of a gut feel that Seattle might win this thing. Maybe. We'll see. Colts at Vikings. These are Saturday games. There's 3 Saturday games. All right. Saturday NFL. Love it. Love it. Gives you something to do on a Saturday. Colts at Vikings. Vikings -4. Man, the Vikings are the masters of making everything closer than it needs to be. They're 10-3 with a -1 point differential on the season. But I'm going to take a -4. I'm getting the better team here. The Colts have been kind of a train wreck. I know they've been playing a little hard, but that fourth quarter was a mess for them 2 weeks ago. They are coming off their bye. That may help. I think Minnesota coming home, though, I'll give them like a 23-17 win. I'm going to take the Vikings -4. Ravens at the Browns. Cleveland is -3. I'm assuming Lamar Jackson's out. I know Tyler Huntley got a concussion last week, too. Is he playing? I should probably look at that stuff. Let's see. I don't know. I don't see anything there. Again, I'm proving my tech savviness here as I cannot navigate a screen to save my life. I'm going to take Baltimore +3. Deshaun Watson hasn't shown it to me yet. Until he does, I can't take Cleveland over anybody. You know, I tried them last week. They kind of screwed me. So I'm not going to do it this week. They'll probably, get it done now. But I'm going to take Baltimore +3. Even if Cleveland does squeak out one, by 3 points, I'm pushing. Dolphins at Bills. Bills -7. This is the night game. Good game. Miami falling on a little bit of hard times. Lost a couple in a row here. I'm going to take Miami plus the 7. I don't know if they win, but I think they keep it competitive. Division game on the road, a one they really kind of have to have. Maybe not have to have for the playoffs, but certainly for the division if they want any chance of that. So I'll say Miami keeps close. Buffalo's been a little, I don't know, not themselves of late. They've won. They've looked good. Their defense is playing outstanding. But the offense hasn't quite been as dominant as it was early in the year. I don't know. But I think Miami may keeps that close. I'm going to take them plus the 7. Eagles at the Bears. Eagles are -9. Maybe a little donut game here for the Eagles. They blow out the Giants last week. Another road game for them. Justin Fields playing pretty well. I'm actually going to take Chicago +9 here. I think the Eagles win. I think this is a little trap game here. The Eagles have Dallas coming up soon. In Dallas for Sunday night. I think they win this game, but I think Chicago kind of keeps this one within a couple scores, and this has got a backdoor cover shot to it as well. So I'm actually going to take the Bears here plus the 9 points. Falcons at the Saints. Saints are -4. These are two teams that have just been betting nightmares this year. You can't get a read on either one. I'm going to take Atlanta plus, well, Desmond Ritter's starting, isn't he? This is his first start. It's going to be tough. Tough place to play in New Orleans. New Orleans off a bye week. So is Atlanta. New Orleans had a heartbreaking loss to Tampa. Dalton's actually playing pretty well. Ritter's first start. I'll go New Orleans -4. I'll take the Saints here and they get a touchdown win somewhere around those lines. Great game here. Lions at the Jets, and it is even. Now, the Lions have burned me the last 2 weeks, and that's shame on me because this team is playing outstanding football. And I keep saying that, and I keep picking against them. I have nothing against the Lions. I really like the Lions. And you're going to hate me again because I'm going to take the Jets money line in this game. I just think in New York, the Lions may be due for a little bit of a loss here. That Jets defense, I think, has potential to slow down the Lions offense. You get Sauce Gardner on Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's a great matchup. I think the Jets pass rush can create some pressure on Goff for some tough throws. And I think the Jets offense can do just enough against the Lions defense, playing much, much better, but is not quite as good as maybe the Jets defense is. I'm going to take the Jets here at home. Must win for both teams, but I am going to go the Jets. It's nothing against the Lions. I really like what the Lions are doing. It's week by week. This isn't, don't look at it through like as a cycle, as in picking against a team 3 weeks in a row. It's just the picks. Steelers at the Panthers. Panthers are -3. Kind of feels like this could be a letdown spot for the Panthers after getting a big win, coming home, and then having the, a team they probably should beat and the Steelers come in. Not sure what Kenny Pickett's status is. I don't love the Panthers here. I do see it's kind of a letdown, but I don't really like the Steelers. I do think Mike Tomlin will have this team ready to go in this game. I'm going to make the safe pick. Something tells me the Steelers win this one, but I don't know why. I'll take the Panthers -3. Well, you know what? Give me Pittsburgh +3. Give me Pittsburgh +3 in this one. If Kenny Pickett plays, if Trubisky's in there, I'm assuming the spread would switch. I'll take Carolina -3 if it's still 3 with Trubisky. You know what? Screw it. Just Pittsburgh +3. Don't look into all that. This isn't that serious, right? Just give me Pittsburgh +3 here. I feel it's kind of a letdown spot for a young Carolina team that Sam Darnold still isn't really, he's looking much better, but still haven't seen that, him having to put the team on his back and win. They're facing a better run defense in Pittsburgh this week with TJ Watt and company and Hayward. I kind of see this as a letdown spot here. I'm going to take Pittsburgh. Dallas at Jacksonville. Dallas is -4. Really fun game here. Really tough one to get a gauge on. Jacksonville's playing really well. They really nice win last week, but they looked bad the week before. Dallas barely survives Houston, but I think Dallas is kind of a little rope-a-dope there. I think they really did. I think they came out against Houston, didn't want to show anything, kind of figured, listen, our talent's probably going to just win this football game, run our most basic stuff, and then Houston decides, hey, we're going to win this football game, and Dallas kind of goes, we got to actually do some stuff to win here. I'm going to take Dallas -4. Tough game, tough one here, but I think it's going to be a lot of Cowboy fans in attendance. And I just think Dallas is better. I'm not reading too much into that Texans game. And while Jacksonville looked great last week against Tennessee, they're still a week removed from losing 40-14. So, I don't know. I don't trust Jacksonville yet. Give me Dallas -4. Chiefs at the Texans. Chiefs -14. I'll take the Chiefs -14. I like that it's not 14.5. It gets me that push at 31-17 here. So I'll just take the Chiefs there. I think the Texans laid it all on the line in Dallas last week. Couldn't get done. The Chiefs defense can give up some points. Wouldn't shock me if Houston maybe moves the football a little bit here. But I don't know what Houston's really doing at quarterback. I don't know why they're just not rolling with Davis Mills. I don't think he's the long-term answer. But he's the only quarterback on that roster with some future in the NFL. So surprised he's not getting the reps there. Cardinals at Broncos. Broncos are -3. Colt McCoy against Brett Rippon. I don't know if Russell Wilson, what the status is going to be there. I'm going to take Denver minus the 3, actually. They played well last week. I think Denver, I'm again trying to let that bias creep in for that Seahawks draft pick. I think Denver's kind of due for one here. They're starting to, listen, in all seriousness, like as a Seahawks fan, I'm loving what's happened to Denver this year for the draft pick. But I don't think they're this bad. I really don't. Their injuries have been a mess. Their defense is still pretty good. They're actually a team I think could bounce back next year. They have a lot of holes to fix and a lot of stuff going on with that Russell Wilson situation and likely another coaching search coming up this season. But so they've got a lot of areas to work on, but I don't think they're quite as bad they played. And Arizona, I think, Arizona's a mess right now. Steve Keim left the team today for personal reasons. Their general manager, so we'll see. Give me Denver minus 3 there. Patriots at the Raiders, even spread. I'll take the Raiders money line here. Week and a half to prepare, whereas the Patriots are on a short week. I know New England just took care of business, but I think the Raiders I think the Raiders just have more playmakers here with Adams and Jacobs to really to pull this one out, and at home, I think they pull out a close one. I'll take the Raiders. Titans at the Chargers. Chargers are minus 3. While the Lions have been my team that I haven't picked and have kicked my butt, the Titans are the opposite. I said they had a chance to go in Philly and win, and then they get blown out. I put them as like they're my pick next week, minus 4 over the Jags, and they get blown out. I mean, they're killing me. Vrabel, I stood up for you, man, and your boys are killing me here. Give me the Chargers minus 3. I don't trust Tennessee right now. Like, they're not even losing close. They're getting blown out. What a game last week for Justin Herbert and company. Starting to get some things worked out on defense as well there. Give me the Chargers here, minus the 3. Bengals at the Bucks. Bengals minus 3.5. God help me on this. Give me the Bucks plus 3.5. I know. Like, I get it. I do. But is a division winner going to be 6-8? I think Tampa keeps this one close. I think they do. Late game at home. I'm not saying they win, but I do think this is kind of the same reason I took the Bengals over the Chiefs a couple weeks ago. Or same reason I took the Chargers, over the Dolphins. Like, the Bucks have got to win this thing. They've got to at least get this thing to 500 to, they don't have to. They might win the division at 7-10, but give me the Bucks here to keep this one close. I think this can be a good game. I think their defense can get some pressure on Joe Burrow. It was a bad loss to the Niners, but, they've got the kind of veteran team that can shake that off. Can't believe I'm saying that, but give me the Bucks plus 3.5. Giants at Washington Sunday night. Washington's minus 4.5. Tough one. They tied 2 weeks ago. Washington, kind of weird anomaly. Don't see this much in the NFL. Washington plays the Giants bye week. Then they play the Giants again. That's really rare. It's rare when teams play twice in 3 weeks. It does happen. But especially for a team to play the same, essentially back-to-back games for Washington against the Giants. And then the Giants had to sandwich an Eagles game in there. Makes you wonder how much the Giants really maybe selling all out for this game. The Giants really disappointed me last week. I know at the end of the day, it probably wasn't a super important game for them when it was all said and done. But give me Washington minus the 4.5 here. I don't love it, but I think Washington wins. And, 5 points to it, something like that, touchdown win, I think is very possible. I'll take Washington here. Monday Night Football, Rams at the Packers. Packers are minus 7 against the Baker Mayfield-led, I say Browns. I feel like I said Browns in there. Rams at the Packers. Packers are minus 7 at home against the Baker Mayfield Rams. I'm going to take the Packers. I think super cold game. Said it's supposed to be the coldest game the Rams have ever played in or something like that. So I'll take the Packers at home. They're starting to play good ball. Christian Watson's getting going. I actually think that's a team that finishes the year on a pretty strong note. I don't think they get in. I think they're just a little too far back. But it wouldn't shock me if the Packers made a little noise here. I will take them at home in the cold to beat up on a Rams team that had a nice moment last week, but I think is kind of going to get ready to mail it in here. I don't think Baker has as much success this week as he did against a pretty poor Raiders defense. Packers have had some issues on defense, but they are much more talented than the Raiders. Those are my picks. For the record, I literally had first time I've looked at those spread, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. I do feel like I have some knowledge of this. This isn't just me on a whim saying things. It's not like me looking at soccer spreads and just throwing things out there. I do, watch a lot of football and have some knowledge, but don't take it to the bank and say I cost you the money either way. It is what it is. It's just my thoughts on the games. If I didn't pick your team, it is nothing personal, I promise. The only personal is maybe the Seahawks a little bit. Like I said, I try to be unbiased, but I've now 3 weeks in a row picking my team. So again, take that with a grain of salt too. 3 rules to remember for betting that I always say: don't bet over your head. Make it just for fun. Number 2 is don't pay people for their picks. Don't do it. Don't give these people that say they'll give you one free pick and then their rest is hidden behind a subscription wall and they get the one free pick wrong. You know more than those people do. And number 3 is don't listen to historical trends. The 1985 49ers Seahawks game has no bearing on what happens tomorrow night. Nobody remaining from 85 is playing. You know why Vegas tells you in those books they release, betting books, that the Dolphins are 19-42 all time against the Steelers? You want to know why they tell you that? Because it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't matter. Vegas will tell you all sorts of information that doesn't matter. They don't care. Yeah, sure. Yeah, here, take this. You can have all that information. We'll give that to you all day if you want to use that. It doesn't matter. Now, do games last year matter? Sure. Matchups can be the same. Games this year, of course. But historically, games don't matter. So that's my rant. Please like, comment, subscribe. I'm 3 subs away from 200. It's my goal here to get that hopefully before tomorrow night, before Niners Seahawks. I will probably have a post-game video up. I have got some buddies coming over, so the drinks will be flowing. The liquid courage will be flowing tomorrow night for me. So I'm not sure what post-game I'll have. So if I don't have it up tomorrow, if they lose, I'm not running away from anything. You know me, I don't hide from it. I'll talk about it. If they win, I might be passed out. I don't know, but it might be Friday before I get my recap up. I may have a quick little thoughts video. So please like, comment, subscribe. And as always, have a good one, guys. And I will see you next time. Peace.